All right, what's up everybody? Another day, another property home tour. If it's your first time tuning into this channel, my name is Chakits with Simply Vegas. I'm a licensed real estate agent out here in Las Vegas, Nevada. So today, I'm out here in the northwest of the Las Vegas Valley in this new master plan community called Sunstone. And the name of this neighborhood is called SETH. And as you can see, a lot of new construction going on out here. So we got some single-story homes here. That's going to be with the Woodside Homes. Now, with this new community by Richmond American Homes here, they have a total of 3 different models or floor plans that you can pick and choose from. However, there's only 2 that is available for seeing, which is we have the SETH and also the Sage. Now, the SETH here is going to be 2,940 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms with a 3-car garage. So that's definitely a plus. But this 3-car garage is utilized as a sales office here. Now with Richmond American Homes, basically what they're doing right now is they're all spec builds, which means they're picking all the options at this time. And the option upgrades are really great, but I remember back in the day you were able to literally spec out the home. You know, you can go ahead and do the structural options, you can do the flooring, the cabinets, the countertops. There's so much you can do, but words on the streets is that they are going to go back to that because they're losing a lot of clientele. Now look at that mountain view over there. It is a little bit cold today. It's about 54 degrees here in Las Vegas. Now they have 4 different standing inventories right now. Oh, I'm sorry, not 4. 2, 4, 6, 7 for December closings, and they're also giving out some crazy incentives here. As you can see, there's a lot of paint spills here on the pavers. However, that could be easily washed and cleaned. Now let's go inside. So what you see here is these are all things that you're going to get other than, like, you know, the light fixtures, the table, the carpet. So just keep that in mind. But the way it sets, this is what you'll get. Kind of get the lay of the land here. Let's see what's going on. I definitely do like this floor plan. 2,900 square feet is a pretty big floor plan here. Now the ones that are available, now there's a total of 3 lots. Lots 29, and that's about 700,000. Lot 33, that will be at 718,000. And the reason why they're a little bit different because of the lot. Okay, you're paying for the lot premium. Let's start off on this side here. Now they are giving out some crazy financing incentives. Here's going to be our 3-car garage. Now these are 9-foot ceilings, 8-foot doors. These are going to be 2 panels, and all the hinges and all the hardware. As you can see, they're the dark bronze color, which is really cool. So we have a full bathroom here, and this should be for the guests as well. Then we also have a bedroom, but let's start off with this bedroom. Bedroom is a pretty decent size here. If you guys want the measurements and stuff like that, just go ahead and reach on out to me. I'll give you the floor plan so that way you guys can see the measurements, okay? We have the knockdown texture on this one. This one, there's only a ceiling fan, so remember, this is just going to be pre-wired when you make the purchase. You're going to have to go out and get your own ceiling fan. The closet is pretty decent size here. I'm going to say this is probably about 4.5 by 10 feet. Pretty decent size. We've got a 3 rocker switch here, so one's for the light. Over here, you're half hot. Okay. Then we have for the ceiling fan and the ceiling fan light. Oh, this, I don't like. The cabinets are very low here. I prefer more the adult height. And that's the reason why I would say, you know, it's better to spec out your own home and really pick out all these options, because I would rather go from a 32 to a 36 here, okay? And the color combos Not really feeling it, but again, this is all personal preference. But again, this is like a work of art, so I definitely, you know, can respect this. We have the shower rod. I would highly recommend aftermarket, adding a sliding glass door here. So that way you don't have any problems with the corner of the tub. Getting all that spalding. I mean, this is a really great floor plan. We've got the traditional formal dining area. Now, I feel like this is starting to come back a little bit more and more of the formal dining. Let me know in the comments below because, you know, back in the 80s and the 90s, everything was like literally like sectioned off. But now, I feel like this is starting to make that comeback here. Now, one thing that I just don't like with this builder is that they are using the old school recessed lights here. I prefer more a flush mount LED. Now they have different package combos, so if you guys don't like this color, there's another model that's for sale or standing inventory for sale with a different color combo package. So just keep that in mind. Let's take a look at these hand pulls here. This is just going to be the staple cabinets, side glides. Refrigerator, washer and dryer is not included, but remember, times like this, we can definitely negotiate everything. Let's take a look at our pantry. Get some WD-40 on here. I do like this cook countertop here. This is a 36-inch cook countertop for General Electric. Then nice hood. I prefer this one versus having the cabinet and then just the microwave. As you can see, we got that 3-inch crown all the way around there. So the backsplash is only about 6 inches or 4 inches here. That's standard. And typically what will happen is this countertop here, which is the quartz, that's where you get that backsplash. This, I don't think you get the full backsplash on there, so it's just something that you really need to keep in mind. We do also have the under-mounted sink. And I love the fact that we do have this window here. Here, we definitely need to grout this or raise this up a little bit. That's an easy fix. All right, so we have one thermostat here. Silverado Mechanical. Looks like probably installers. Right above here, we have our doorbell. Then we have our alarm system, which is the horn. Definitely decent size for sure. I mean, just take a look at the living size. It's not bad. Now the vinyl slides here, we have, I believe that one is a 6x8. This is a 12x8 here. However, the slides are not going to be your like top grade slides. They're just going to be the vinyl slides. And one thing about the slides that you guys need to be aware of is that you got to make sure that they're flush. And sometimes there's a gasket here that is not flush. So basically what you're doing is you're losing a lot of airflow. Air is actually leaking out. And as far as efficiency wise for installation, that could be a problem, but it just needs to be adjusted. I'm not saying that's the case here, but what I'm trying to explain to you is you need to check these things here. All right, let's go outside. I love the fact that we have a full covered patio. Look at these mountain views. It's just gorgeous. Now, I noticed the block walls here are different color. And I like the color of the block walls, even though it's not textured. A lot of control joints here on the stucco here. Here you can see where the rafters were. So the stuccos definitely need to be fixed. Let's take a look at the type of air conditioning unit these guys have. So we got two Bryant AC units. Oh, these are actually the Goodman. And I want to see exactly the type of refrigerant. That's going to be very important. So when you're comparing one builder to another, we've got the builder versus builder as far as 32 questions that you need to ask the builder, because it comes down to materials and products. Like some of this stuff could look good, but it's not as energy efficient than others. Sometimes it's better just to, pay more, right, to get quality, because later on down the road it's going to cost you more money. But that's all identified in the builder versus builder. So if you guys want that, just check out the description of the video. I'll have a link there as well. And it's free. There's no charge. HOAs are going to run you about $100 a month. That includes the master and also the sub. Ooh, let's come up here. Ooh, we have a nice loft area. Look at this. So in this loft area, as you notice that we don't have the 4-can lighting, and as large as this home is, right, or this living area, it's going to be pretty dark other than this light here. Now, I haven't talked about this for a while, but when it comes to can lighting, where do you place your can lighting if you're building a home? So prime example, you see this can lighting, okay? The light with the soft white, okay, it only illuminates so far. As you can see right here, how dark it goes and it kind of spreads out, then it starts to soften right about here. But if it comes out to here, as you can see there where the line is on both sides, that's about 8 feet wide. The longer that you go, right, the light starts to soften. Because of this room here, you definitely need 4-can light to illuminate this whole room. Now typically you'll have the Cat 6 and the coax cable that comes standard. But again, these are questions that you have to ask during your process of purchasing a home, right? And again, it's a builder versus builder. Let's go take a look at this primary. Same thing here with the primary. We only have one light here. And look how large this room is. Now in this one, a couple things that I want you to identify is you only have two options to put your headboard. Here or here. This is the problem that we have if you can't spec out your home and go through low voltage and pick your own options. In this case, the way that they had designed the layout here, okay, you cannot put a TV here because during this spec build, it's already automatically added here. As you can see, we have the coax cable, right, your 1-in-1, and your Smurf tube that goes along the wall here. That tells me your headboard has to go here in order for you to watch TV. Now, can you put a TV here and go Wi-Fi? Yeah, you can, right? So let's just say if you were gonna like spec this property like on your own. If you know you're gonna be putting your headboard here, then you're gonna pre-wire it here versus over here. Is that making sense, guys? Now, the other thing is that I want to talk about is when you're building out these homes, you need to figure out where the sun is setting. Here is east and west. A lot of your sun is going to be baking on this side. So if your home is not insulated well because you didn't do the upgrades on the insulation, you have your headboard here. During the summertime, this is where it's really going to bake a lot. And you're going to feel that off your headboard, okay? So these are 36 inches on the cabinets here. So, you know, this is definitely the adult height. I just don't like this color brown. It's a cool little tub here, that's for sure. Now the question is, what happens if you ever have a dispute with the builder? Okay? You gotta really take a look at these contracts, because then you go through arbitration, and it's actually through a third-party company, which you'll sign and you'll both mutually agree between you and the builder that you'll go through the third-party company, which is like the National Association of Builders. Look at our attic access. Now, I've never gone through arbitration. 16 years of doing this. Now, have I had problems with, my clients and the builders where there's a dispute? Yes. But there's always a way to resolve things, right? There's always a solution. But obviously you have to go through the right channels to get things done the right way. Here the cabinet's a little bit crooked here, but it just needs to be adjusted. So this is going to be 32, not a 36 on the cabinets. As you can see, like how low this is. Now, one of my favorite models by Richmond American Homes is the Edwards model, but it's no longer called the Edwards model. And I think that one's about like 1,800 square feet. And I just love the way the floor plan is for a investment property. Wow, these rooms are pretty decent size. Again, this one doesn't have 4-can lighting here. We've got a smoke detector, carbon monoxide. Wow, this is like so much rooms. Yeah, like if you definitely have a bunch of kids. I was at Zippy's the other day. All right, and if you guys don't know what Zippy's is, it's like a Hawaiian restaurant that had transitioned out here. So it's a pretty big company. They're very popular in Hawaii. And I was talking to one of the waitress, and she was telling me that she's pregnant about 7 months. And I was like, okay, that's cool. But I asked her, I was like, I was just kind of curious, like, how many kids do you have? She's like, this is my 5th kid. I was like, oh my gosh, 5 kids? And I was like thinking, like, in today's society, it's like, how do you even like survive? Because look, I don't have any kids, but kids has got to be very expensive. I mean, I have like nieces and nephews, and when I take them out and have dinner and do things with them, these are like 1 or 2 day events out of the week, and I'm like, yo, this is pretty damn pricey. And I just feel like cost of living is just getting more and more expensive. I mean, still, Vegas is still cheap compared to the rest of the nation at this point, but I just feel like things are getting very expensive. I don't know if it's just me, but let me know if you feel like things are getting expensive. And I think that's one of the problems where, buyers are just kind of hesitant on, buying a home, because I feel like buyers now just don't really want to make that commitment, But are we still like selling homes out here? Yes, in Las Vegas. And that being said, I checked my numbers yesterday. This year alone, I think I've only closed around like 74 transactions. And last year we did I think it was like 157. So it's like almost like 30% of my closings just like dwindled away. I mean, this is my first time in my career where I've capped off and starting to slow down. But guys, I'm still grateful in the position I'm in, and it's all because of you guys, honestly, because I would not be where I'm at today, and I wouldn't have the things I have. I wouldn't have been able to do the things for my family and also help my other team members as well. So I just wanted to share that because I just wanted to let you know how grateful I am. All right, guys, this is pretty much it for this video home tour. If you guys haven't had a chance to subscribe to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button. And also, let me know in the comments below if you feel like things are getting expensive. All right, guys, be blessed. If you are considering moving to Las Vegas, we have a lot of free products. We have the relocation guide. Now, the relocation guide talks about neighborhoods, surrounding areas, and school zones, hospitals. Now, once you subscribe to this, what's included is the Power Pack. What is the Power Pack? The Power Pack also includes the current housing market for the month. This talks about single-family residents, condos, and townhomes. And also we have the economic study of what's going on within Las Vegas, Henderson, and North Las Vegas. Now, if you're just a first-time home buyer, you just don't really understand the process, we have the free buyer's guide. This will literally walk you and prepare you for your first purchase. Now, if you are planning on financing, you got to get the mortgage hacks. The mortgage hacks is inside secrets on how to save thousands of dollars of the life of your loan. This also talks about all the type of loan programs, state programs that are available to you as a buyer. Now, if you're also planning on buying a brand new home, but you're not too sure which builder is a better builder, it really comes down to materials and supplies. So this is a comprehensive book that explains everything. 32 questions that you need to ask the builder before you actually buy a home. In addition to that, we also have an educational video that we explain how to actually buy a home. It's actually called the Masterclass Vote, and it's free. It's only about 30 to 40 minutes long, but it's something that is worth looking into. We also have the mortgage calculator. So if you are getting a loan and you want to know what your payments are, mortgage calculator, it breaks it all down. It tells you exactly what your payment's going to be. So again, that is free. In addition to that, if you are considering buying or even selling a home, we are offering you a consultation. So it doesn't matter if you're out of state, because we can do a video chat live. We get to know each other. We explain everything, how it all works to prepare you to buy a home out here in Las Vegas. So just make sure to visit simplyvegashomes.com, or if you want to set up an appointment, give us a call today. Now, if you want to just view more video home tours, just go ahead and click on that link right there. We have over 1,000 video home tours. Other than that, peace.